Yo, how's it going guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I finally have for you my review on Icon Swaps Hernan Crespo. This guy's going to cost you around 12, he's going to cost you 12 Icon Swap tokens, and he's a great card. 85 rated, 86 pace, 86 shooting are just some of the stats which really lured me into actually going for Hernan Crespo. I do have to say that I watched Marshall89's review on Crespo, and that convinced me to actually go for the card. Massive shout out to Marshall. He's one of the best, well, if not the best foot reviewer out there. He's just a great guy as well. So Crespo is the guy we will be focusing on today. If you do enjoy today's video, smash a like and drop a subscription if you want to see much more FIFA content by myself. But let's have a look at the stats. So Crespo is coming in at around 12 Icon Swap tokens, or around 550 to 500,000 coins. On PC, he's around 600,000. So he's not cheap. He's really not cheap. And the cards I've used so far, just to put into comparison of the ones that I've used Cristiano many times, but in the draft, Heung-min Son I've had for around 130, 150 games. I really did like the card. And Hernan Crespo was a direct replacement for Heung-min Son. So you're probably wondering, how did he compare to Heung-min Son? And we will get into that further into the review, but first off, all I can say is it was a good decision. I freed up 400,000 coins, got this free Crespo, and so far I have not looked back. So some of the best stats: 90 finishing is just phenomenal as a base stat. Slap a Hawk, Hunter, you can get that way up. He's got good jumping, decent stamina for a striker, acceleration 87, sprint speed 85 is great for a striker as well. 88 agility, feels great in game. I don't have much bad to say from these stats. Maybe you could say the passing. Yes, definitely the passing actually. The passing is not great. Short passing 70, long passing of 55 is not the best. What I put on Hernan Crespo was a Hawk, boost the pace, boost the shooting. I think you're probably best to put a Hunter on the card, but I couldn't be bothered to pay the 5,000 coins for a Hunter. For Crespo, he goes up to an 89 rated striker then with the Hawk on, which is just amazing. And in-game, he does feel amazing. So what we're going to do is get into the clips that I did actually manage to record with Hernan Crespo. A lot of these are in FUT Champions, so that is a great level for me to show you. And I've paired him up with Neymar, Ousmane Dembele and Griezmann as a front four. So he fits right in. He's that pivotal striker, or he pairs up with Neymar in a 4-2-2. But so far, I'm loving the card. I will get into the stats that we have got with the card, but if we look at the clips are just great. They are all from mostly this morning for Champions. Crespo has carried me to 14 wins. 14 wins with the card out of 14. I have to add, that is probably the important part. 14 wins, yes, that's fine. But if you've played 30 games, that's not so good. But Hernan Crespo, one of the things I'd say I love about the card is the finesse shots. The finesse shots are actually so much better than I thought they would be. He really does get the ball from under his feet really quickly with the left and the right foot. It's one of the most surprising things about the card. I was really surprised. You can see there he does miss actually a left-footed shot. That is one of the rare clips that I did actually find. But in this one, he makes a lovely pass to Griezmann, what a card Griezmann is, by the way. I have to say, Griezmann is phenomenal. But it was a good pass from Crespo for the guy that has, I think, around 70 short passing. His long passing is worse, but his short passing for the link-up play is absolutely fine. I did not have a problem with it at all. And you can see there, one touch and bang. It's clinical as you like. It's just great. I had no problem finishing with this guy. I prefer him probably, I don't know, there's actually no preference. 2 striker formation, 1 striker formation, because his passing is really good. I wouldn't really worry about the stats, the face card stats, purely because it just doesn't seem to be such of a big deal. He always seems to be involved in the gameplay. He's always creating chances. His runs are actually excellent, so I have him to get in behind, and he's always on the move. That's exactly what you want from a striker. I didn't think, because I've used him in previous FIFAs, and I didn't like the card. I don't know what it was, and I was hesitant. If you were hesitant, you probably understand this. I was hesitant because I've used him on previous FIFAs, and I didn't think the card was as good as it could be. For whatever reason, I thought that, but I went against it. I thought, what fits the meta this year? It's Crespo. Look at that dribbling there, the heel to heel, the ball roll, and the finish. He combines all three so quickly, and that was a great goal. FUT Champions was a tough one, but he does manage to actually be really, really clinical. So as for how I like the card so far, I'm loving it. I really am loving it. You can see another example of the very good passing that he has. And there are a lot of clips which really demonstrate to you how good this card actually is. I'm not just saying it for the sake of, oh yeah, just go and get yourself an icon, why not? But look at this, Finesse Shot, it's just perfect. It really is. In the 6th minute, this just gets me on the roll in the FUT Champions game. Something I feel like I didn't really get the opportunity to do with Heung-min Son. Heung-min Son felt a bit more rash. He didn't have the finesse of Crespo. Not the finesse as in the shot, but almost like the composure. I don't know what stat it is which makes him feel like he really has control of what he's doing. He just feels all the time like he knows exactly where the ball is, exactly where it's going. And you can see again, it's a lovely fake shot by Crespo to create the chance. And that is what he's done all weekend for me. It was just a pleasure to use the card, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how it works for me in the future. But why I chose Crespo? I chose Crespo because, and you might be in the same stage as me, you want an icon, you've got all 13 tokens, is it? I think it's 13 or 12. And you're thinking, oh well, I could wait for Drogba, I could wait for Ballack, Rio Ferdinand, but hear me out. If you go for Crespo, it costs you 12 tokens. 12 tokens, you will massively improve your attack unless you have Mbappe, unless you have Ronaldo, unless you have Messi, unless you have one of those guys. It's really hard to actually say, well, my card's better than Crespo, because Crespo is clinical. He's got the 4-star, 4-star. He's got that icon touch. Icon touch is probably just a mental thing, but icons do seem to have some sort of, I don't know, it's different feel. It really is a different feel. They do feel, they just feel better to use. You can see like with Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola is not a great card overall. It's just not. But I think that card is representative of what an icon feels like. I think it must be down to the composure, things like that. The card just looks average, but it performs really well, as I've heard. Crespo there with the left foot is one thing I really did enjoy. And I would really recommend this guy. I think he's going to be a great striker for you, whether you have wingers, whether you play narrow, he can get in behind. And I wouldn't worry about what you've actually thought about the card in previous FIFAs. This year it's totally different. Cards which I thought wouldn't be so good are amazing. I think Neymar's a fantastic example of that. Neymar is good last year. He was good, don't get me wrong, but this year he just fits and he's unbelievable. I do have to say Neymar, but Crespo, he's doing the damage for me. And as for like an overall rating, when I compare Crespo, I would really honestly put him up as like a 9.0, 9.1, maybe probably a 9.0, just because he's got growth. He really is the real deal, and I'm actually really surprised that not many people have done this card. I haven't come up against him once in FUT Champions. If you have all the tokens, I would just say go out and get him, even if you don't feel like you need a striker. As for the downsides, yes, that would probably just be the passing, but I don't see like the movement as really an issue at all. I think he's always in the right spot. He's always in the right spot for making the runs in behind, always in the right spot for actually creating the runs as well. I think creating the runs is really important with this card, and it's something that it does really well. I was so impressed with the runs he was making. I just told him, get him behind, and he did the job every single time. So to summarise, I think I will give him a 9.0 rating. A 9.0 rating gives him a great stat. I would honestly say he is better than Heung-min Son for me. I don't know what it is, he just feels absolutely fantastic. I didn't think I would enjoy this card as much. In the first game I played with him, he scored me a hat-trick, and I was like, yeah, he's here. He has turned up for us. He is going to be the real deal, exactly what we need, hopefully to push on to Elite 3 this weekend. I'm hoping he can be that, and I think he will be the difference maker for you. He does score a header here. I only got this replay from after actually scoring the goal, but that was the only header he did score for me. He's not really a header merchant or anything like that, so just one of those things that I thought I would add in there. He can score headers as well, but it's not something that really works in FIFA 20. As for the stats with Crespo, I've got 25 games played, 29 goals and 23 assists. So as a striker, I didn't believe that he would get so many assists. It's unbelievable how well he is actually doing for me. It's the quick agility, the really nice dribbling that's actually able to create a little bit of space, pass the ball on for a sweat or a cutback, things like that, which do make him a phenomenal card. So Do I recommend him? Absolutely. Go and use your tokens for this card. Play him as striker in a 2-striker formation or a 1-striker formation. He will do the damage for you. You will not regret this decision. I thought I would, but I really don't. I just wanted to let you guys know my thoughts on Hernan Crespo. I hope you did enjoy this video. It's been a great one for me to do. I've loved Crespo, and I've got a lot more reviews in mind. Neymar, Griezmann, coming to the channel very, very soon. Maybe we'll do a few scream cards as well. Depends how the pack luck will be. But that is going to be the end of the video. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, smash a like down below and subscribe for much more FIFA 20 content. But I will see you all very soon with another FIFA video.